Excited to have my next guest on the show. It's Cody Davis, who won the LFA flyweight title at LFA 161, round 5, ground and pound victory over Igor Siqueira. Cody, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself? Thanks for
I'm fan-
having me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, man. I'm fantastic. I'm excited to have you on. This is a big win. It moves you to 8-1 now as a pro. You captured one of the most prestigious belts regionally in the country. What's the significance of this win?
Oh man, it means a lot. Like you see all the flyweights they go like 11 out of 12, 11 out of the 12 flyweights they went straight to the UFC. Um and and LFA they have one of the best they have like one of the best flyweights like one of the best flyweights rosters in the country. So it means a lot. And also like my teammates too, like Bruno Souza, Michael Perez, Ozzy Diaz, they all captured that belt as well. So yeah, it means a lot.
Did you feel pressure going into this fight? Because obviously, you want to follow your teammates winning the belt, and getting this win really could be a huge step for you to get into the UFC. Maybe even just contender series next. Did you feel more pressure than other fights in the past?
Well, I kind of feel the same way in every fight. Well, I kind of feel the same way. I feel like nervous and excited, but it was new because obviously my first pro title fight, and and it was my first main event, and it was in my hometown. So so yeah, it was kind of yeah. So so that was something new for me.
How hard is it waiting to be the last fight of the night? I mean, I can't imagine how much nervous energy that creates as you're waiting to make the walk.
Yeah, it was pretty nerve wracking, but luckily I had my teammates back there with me. I had my coach James, I had my boxing coach, Coach James, back there with me. Bruno Souza, former featherweight champion at LFA, and uh and Dominic Clark, coach at CME as well, and fighter. And they've all been through it, so they was back there calming me down, talking me up. So it's like it was a big help. While Chad was cornering Hoffa Militia, one of our other teammates in the co-main event.
Round 5, ground and pound victory. Was this the hardest fought win of your career?
I wouldn't say the hardest fought win, but it was like one of the hardest camps. It was like one of the hardest camps.
Just
I
preparing you
felt
to
I felt
step in there for this.
yeah, it was yeah. This one was grueling. Just Shark Tanks like twice a week, but Shark Tanks once a week with really good people with really good fighters. Um, yeah, dealing with good guards every day, taller guys. So that was kind of it, really.
What was your game plan going in against Igor?
My game plan going against Igor was to strike in the beginning, to strike in the first round, and then the second, third, fourth, then so on. Like especially when Chad calls it, start to wrestle, start to grapple, because we knew he had a good guard. We knew he liked to attack from bottom, so we wanted to make it a striking battle in the first round.
What were some of the adjustments that your corner wanted you to make throughout the fight? Did you feel like you were controlling and or at least doing what they wanted you to do?
Yeah, I thought I was controlling, doing what they wanted me to do. I well, obviously not getting stumbled, but I felt like I could have put more of my punches on the ground and pound like in the beginning, like in the second and third round, like how I was doing the fourth and fifth round. But everything else went to plan though.
So going into that fifth and final round, I got to imagine you're up on the scorecards, right? But you never know with judging nowadays. Like, what did your corner tell you as far as what they wanted you to execute into that final stanza?
Man, they wanted me to finish him. Like our gym, we are about finishing. Chad wanted me to finish him, and he was tough too. I thought the fight was going to be stopped a couple of times. Yeah, I thought the fight was going to be stopped a couple of times, especially in the fourth. But I knew I have to go all in on my ground and pound. I can't throw these little tapper shots, little you know what I mean. So I can't throw these little touching shots as well. And I was also realizing as well because by him stumbling me in the second round, I felt like I was giving him more of a chance as the fight goes on as I didn't finish him.
So for anybody that didn't get a chance to see this fight, run us through the finish. How did you ultimately get your hand raised? How did you get him out of there?
Well, I had a body lock against the cage, and I had my inside, and I believe I had my inside knee wedge in, and I used a body lock to take him down and pass the half guard. So then, I started to land big hammer fists. Like I started to land big hammer fists, and I think after two or three, his head started to bob back and forth, and then Herb Dean stepped in and stopped it.
And you got the belt wrapped around your waist, my man. And again, in your hometown, I have to imagine a lot of support there in the venue for you. How did you celebrate the post fight, this victory?
Actually, this is kind of funny. I actually didn't kind of celebrate because honestly, it's kind of embarrassing. You're gonna laugh, but I had to go to the bathroom right after the fight. Like Alan Joban I felt bad because I had to like did the interview kind of quick, like not how I wanted to. But Alan Joban was interviewing me. I had like a sharp pain in my stomach that I'm like, dude, and the belt's really heavy, so I'm like, man, I have to go to the bathroom really really bad, and it's like I don't know why, I just had to go bad. But and but I like and me and my girl, we had a hotel room. This is also funny as well. I went home and I watched the Family Guy.
So something to make you laugh, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that. And
yeah,
Cody,
exactly.
when you gotta go, you gotta go, right? That's just really what it
I
comes down to.
yeah, I had to go, and I was super sore too. That was my first time fighting 5 5s as well. So so it
Well,
was just basically bathroom, Family Guy, and me eating my Starburst.
Starburst. Okay. Well, that's what I was going to ask. What usually is the post fight victory meal? Is there something specific that you go to that you like to indulge in?
Pizza. I like pizza and spaghetti meatballs.
Okay, my kind of guy, man. That's exactly what I like. As far as the best place to order pizza where you're from, is there some place that you is like your favorite?
I'll probably go to Lamelli's over here in Gardena, and yeah, I get my spaghetti and meatballs from there as well. But yeah, Lamelli's is top notch,
All right,
top
and
notch.
so you train in Gardena. This event was in Commerce, California. How far is Commerce from Gardena? I guess I don't know that.
It's about like 25 minutes. Like Gardena to Commerce, it's about 25 minutes. But the thing is, the traffic it gets really bad. So that 25 minutes could turn into 50 minutes, 50 to 55 minutes on a Friday, around like 5, 6 o'clock. Like I remember my first time fighting at Commerce for LFA. I was actually late for check-ins because I was in traffic.
Mm.
So so my last two times fighting for LFA and Commerce, we just got a hotel right in Commerce.
Yeah, that's
Just
probably smart. I used to
yeah.
actually live in Culver City, California for about 5 years. So I know all about the Southern Cali traffic. You're telling me it's not getting any better. It's probably as worse as it's ever been.
It got worse. It got worse. You should buy yeah, I advise everybody to buy a fast track.
Yeah. Yeah, the traffic there is insane. Well, the new LFA 125 champ. I wanted to ask you what that cut is like to get to 125. How big do you normally, get? How much do you typically walk around at?
I walk around usually at 140, but I felt like this cut was like it was kind of different because I couldn't be I my target couldn't be like 125, like and my max is 126. I had to be under 125, so I had to like be sure. So that's why I weighed in at 123.
Okay.
But
Yeah, but
go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say better safe than sorry. You're gonna make sure you're at least under that. You don't want to be going in over and then not fighting for the title.
Yeah, exactly. And like or going back and starting over and going back to the hotel, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do 1 more pound when I'm already not feeling like my best self.
Hmm. California Mixed Martial Arts. That's your camp, Gardena, California. You mentioned a couple of your training partners earlier in the interview. Bruno
Yeah.
Souza, he's got a pretty big fight coming up later this year. Is that right?
Um, I'm not for sure. Does he? I think so. I've been seeing on his Instagram. He's talking about like 4 weeks or something. I don't know. I know he's cutting down. I know he's getting ready for something, but I really, I really haven't asked him about it. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure he has something coming up though.
Main training partners. Is there a couple of guys specific that you get most of your work in with when you're in camp?
Yeah. 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 Uh, a lot of our amateurs, which are really, really, really high level, really good. Um, Guy Johnny Robles, Desmond Alvarado, Mateus. I read on his last name is kind of hard to say. I grapple with Victor Henry a lot. I try to get work with Hoffa Militia. Another guy, Jonathan Powell, that's coming up. Um, Davis Cicada, Brandon Aviles, Sammy Caceres. Yeah, we have a lot of guys coming up, man. We have a lot of guys coming up, and a lot of guys, and we have two guys fighting this weekend, and Johnny Robles and Brandon Aviles, which are monsters. So I'm excited to see them.
Yeah, no doubt. A lot of killers at your gym. That's clear. As far as the next step for you, do you feel like this win, this is all you needed to do to kind of stamp your ticket into the UFC? Do you feel like a straight shot into the big show or contender series should be next for you?
I feel a straight shot into the big show should be next for me. Um, I feel like a straight shot into the big show should be next for me. I hope that's next for me. I finished my last three opponents. I've finished my last three opponents. My combined and their combined record were 20-2. I finished two of them in the first two rounds, and I dominated one of them in my last fight, and he was 9-1. And I punished him. So I feel a straight shot is possible. Like all the other LFA flyweights got a straight shot into the UFC. Well, well, no, not all of them. I don't think Victor Altamirano got a straight shot. But overall, I'm ready for whatever's thrown at me.
What is the perfect time frame for you to fight next? Does it matter if the UFC calls? Are you just going to jump, or is there a certain time frame where you're going to tell your management that okay, let's kind of look for a fight around this time frame?
Oh! We're just gonna jump at it. I'm staying in shape. I'm staying in shape. Keeping my weight down and everything. We're just gonna jump at it.
And when you look at your skill set right now, Cody, and the guys that are fighting at 125 in the UFC, how do you feel like you measure up? Do you feel like you're as good as the guys in the top 15? Where do you feel like you are right now, this moment?
Yeah. I feel like I'm as good as guys in the top 15. Obviously, there's like room for improvement. I feel I feel my striking can improve. I feel like I have really good grappling, and also I feel my cardio, the pace I keep is like one of the biggest things. Like in that 5 round fight, I didn't get tired at all. I wasn't tired at all. I still had a whole bunch of energy left. So
Cardio is king.
yes, cardio is king.
For sure. Cody, congrats on the win again, my man. It's been a pleasure interviewing you here for the first time. Again, Cody Davis, the new LFA flyweight champion, round 5, ground and pound victory over Igor Siqueira here at LFA 161. Before we do sign off here, my man, I want to give you the floor. Please tell people where they can follow you on social media. If you have anyone to thank, any sponsors to plug, the floor is yours.
All right. Um, I want to thank CMA, the Movement of Boxing, and my sponsors. I want to thank Victory Law Group, Munchin Meal Preps, D Hustle Massages, Gone Three Freestyles, Reckless Muay Thai. Um, Gosh, I know it's somebody else out there. Wait, yeah, I think that's it for all my sponsors. And what was the other? Oh yeah, my Instagram is CJ Davis 01. My Facebook is my name, Cody Davis, and my Twitter name is Big Ass Cody 1994.